What's up guys, Irish Taylor here, welcome to How to Thermite. So this is a new series on my channel to do with Rainbow Six, and I'm going to be looking at each operator individually. We're going to be going through like what kind of loadouts they can have, what their skill is, and how you can best employ it like throughout a round, and also what their skill is weak to and what it can be affected by. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this series. If you do, and you find anything useful in this video or any of the future ones, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let's get straight to it.
When you mix fuel, metal oxide, and metal powder in just the right way, it burns at 2,000 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to cut through nearly any barrier known to man. Throw some C4 into the mix, and you've got one hell of a combination.
Okay, so first of all guys, we're going to look at Thermite's loadout. So to begin with, as you can see, you can have an M1014 shotgun. It's fairly useful for close encounters within the game, although to be honest, my favourite weapon for Thermite is the 5.56 XI assault rifle. This is the weapon that I usually play if I'm playing Thermite, because I've always found in this game that, personally, you can engage at any range with an assault rifle, because a headshot is a one-shot kill, which is normally what you're going for. I usually go with this loadout with a laser sight, a grip, and an ACOG scope, as you can see here. That's my chosen loadout for this character. Obviously you guys can pick and change how you prefer to play with what grips you want, what weapons you want. Then have the 5.7 USG, which is a semi-automatic handgun. I've never personally used it, but it's got more ammo capacity than the M45 MUSOC. I never usually get round to using pistols, to be honest. I normally just go straight for the assault rifle and reload, although in cases where I have been close range I will swap to a pistol. But like I say, normally you're going to want to be just using your main weapon and just tactically reloading, making sure you're back enough that it's safe to reload as you go anyway. And then we're going to move on to the frag grenade. Now, you can either have a frag grenade or a breach charge. Now, because Thermite's skill is a special charge that can go through walls, specific walls, I find that a breach charge is a little bit pointless, because then you've got 4 breaching charges. You maybe want to use this sort of thing if you're doing a hostage round, but otherwise I'd say go for frag grenades all the time, because it gives you an extra 2 lethal options that are slightly more ranged and can push people into locations you want them to or try and get kills. So like I say, personally, I'd say go for frag grenades and then breaching charges on a hostage round. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Thermite's skill. I'm going to show you guys that in action. I'm going to show you what it's weak to, what it's good against, and how it can be employed. Okay guys, so with Thermite, what you want to be doing is placing it on these sorts of barricaded walls. You go up to the wall, and you press your use skill, and you place your charge down. Now without this charge, this wall would normally be impenetrable to any normal breaching charge. So once you've placed it, you want to get back, get behind cover, and detonate it. The explosion for Thermite is a lot bigger than a normal breaching charge. Once it's detonated, I normally follow it up with a grenade, because it gets enemies to move around in the room. It'll either get me a kill, or it'll move them into spaces where they can be easily shot. Okay, now one of the important things to know about Thermite is that it can be stopped by 2 classes. The first being Bandit, who can electrify walls as you see here, and prevents you from placing a Thermite charge, but it also causes you damage on placement. So if you take an electric shock from a wall, do not follow up and keep placing, because you can't stop and you take a lot of damage. Now the other class that can stop Thermite is Mute. If you're up to a wall and hear this noise, then it probably means that there's a mute in that room and he's stopping you from detonating your explosives or your breaching charges. So as you can see here, I try and detonate my Thermite, and in fact it says jammed. That means that Mute's ability is right there on that wall and he's stopping electronic devices from activating. Now Mute's really good for defensive, but I'll show you that in another video on Mute. But what you have to remember though is you can actually pick up your device off the wall and move it to another one where you might get a better chance of breaching. Now another bonus with Thermite is the fact that you can blow through a reinforced wall and actually get the drop on an enemy who's hiding behind it and possibly kill them if they're not paying attention and they're not listening. So as you can see there, I've just detonated the Thermite and I've just killed my friend Brawniest, who's helping me record all these videos. But the idea is, in an online game, if you're playing and there's an enemy behind a wall, if they're not paying attention to the noise or the sight of the breach, then sometimes you'll actually get a kill through a reinforced wall where they think they're safe. Okay, so now I've shown you guys Thermite from the attacking team. Let's see him from the defending and what happens. So as you can see here, I'm behind a wall and I've not noticed the sound, and I get blown up by the Thermite charge. Now you also have to remember that not only is there a sound, but there's also a visual cue as a defender, and that is that little silver line there. I might have a clip to show you a little bit better in a second, but you want to make sure you're not near a wall when that's happening, because otherwise you're going to get killed. Okay, and as promised guys, here's a better sight of the visual cue on the Thermite. So as you can see, it's a big silver square. And here's my friend Brawniest. He's following up the Thermite with a grenade, as I said earlier, and then he shoots me because it causes me to push out into an open space. It's a little bit staged, but in fairness, the idea works, and it works really well in actual game mode. So as you can see, he's throwing the grenade, it's forced me to push, and he shoots me in the face. It's a tried and tested tactic, and it actually works really well. And there you have it guys, that's my tips and tricks video on how to play Thermite, and what to avoid when you're playing him, so how to play him effectively and avoid getting stopped. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button and subscribe for more operator videos coming soon. Now, here's a little bonus trick right at the end. As you can see, my breaching charge has been stopped, but if you shoot through an unbarricaded wall, you might just hit the mute charge, and all you have to do is replace your breach, and you can actually detonate it. Now saying that, you don't even have to remove your breach. If you can just shoot it, the mute charge, that's it, you can still detonate. So as you can see, I detonate the wall, and you can get through. So hopefully you guys enjoyed like I said, and I'll see you in the next one.
Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Secure the container. Op 4 eliminated.